So, back on the boat, and we've got friends coming this evening for the weekend. We're all prepared and just try to start the engine to let it run so we can have some hot water, and lo and behold, she's not working. She won't start, she won't turn over, and we've had white smoke billowing out from at the bottom of the engine, so God alone knows what's going on. Fortunately, we bought rescue service from RCR when we were at Crick, because both of us are mechanical numpties. We haven't got a clue what to do in case of this, but bless her socks, Fran. What are you doing, Fran? You go. She's going to fix it all by herself.
I'm not.
We got to wait till tomorrow morning before anybody is even going to phone us to let us know if they can come and see us. So, motors, electric motors, starter motors, that's what you're looking at, isn't it?
I just wish, all along I said I was going to get on top of this engine, didn't I? And I didn't, did I? Because it's not a nice shiny
It's just
one.
boring, isn't it? Engines are boring.
I haven't got a clue what's going on with it. So, don't know.
Ho-hum.
My theory, and I say this on record before they even come, because the key is not turning around properly in ignition. It's just normally you turn it round, you hit the starter motor start, turn the key back and the engine runs. And it's not doing that. It's just spongy. It just isn't clicking and connecting. And you can hear a whirring in the background. When the engine does decide to start, there's a huge whirring in the background. My theory is that the starter motor is continually going and it's burnt out, and that's what the smoke is.
Well, you heard it. You heard it here first, folks.
It's one thing having a theory, it's another thing having a solution, isn't it?
Still, the dogs are oblivious to what's going on. And if the worst comes to the worst and we have to stay here all weekend, well, not the best pub in the world, but the Fleur de Lis at Losenford, well, that'll see us okay. And our friends will just have to camp on the boat with us for the weekend.
Do you want to smile, Mr. Indian?
So we're in the same place we were last night.
I never smile.
On account of engine failure. There's my very good friend Stephen.
Patreon?
Yes.
One of the first Patreons.
One of the first Patreons, yes.
Along with Tony Ward of Braintree, Essex.
It's a special weekend for Stephen.
Yes.
As a special Patreon.
Yes, we've given
and
160 miles.
A man from Leicestershire has come over to try and fix our boat. But he's not.
He's not laughing.
He's not happy.
Dream on.
Under the M40 or the M42, I don't know which one it is. We've got friends Steve and Jenny come to spend the weekend with us. We've had a minor disaster with the boat, wouldn't start. We had smoke coming out of the engine, but all fixed thanks to RCR Rescue, whatever they're called. And their man Steve. There we go. Oh, he's going into the bank. OMG. Bloody amateurs. Here comes best buddy Steve driving into his first lock. Oh, not bad at all. Look of sheer concentration on his face. Somebody's drinking beer, or drinking my beer. Well done, Stephen. Nailed it already.
What are we eating, Stephen? Mumble wasabi nuts. Huh? Oh, but you're really close up there. That's not good.
Sharpie nuts.
Oh, here they go. Oh, you cannot wait, can he? Look.
YouTube superstar.
Oh yeah, look. He don't want to because he wants to stay there a bit longer.
You ready? No rush.
So here we are at Kingswood Junction. Just coming back down from Stratford now, and we're going to turn through onto the Grand Union Canal, I believe. Looks very pretty. Here comes our patron, our first ever patron, young Stephen.
Shoot.
And I don't know where Richard and Jenny have gone with my boat.
Oh, it's your boat now, is it?
It is my boat. And I can't. Oh, here we come. Bit of a tight turn for them. Good at.
Oh, look at that. Look at the way he's handled that. Oh, wow. He shot that round there. Oh, in one. Nailed it. You've nailed it first time.
Oh, whoops.
Whoa,
Oh
whoa.
dear. Oh, and here we go, viewers. It's ping pong canal boating again.
Dear, dear, dear.
Where's my glass of wine gone? Is that the empty one?
Yes.
It's the big shots.
It's the big shot, yeah. Unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable. Number 73, come in.
I hope he's watching where he's going. He's going to go right into that
what's
boat.
that boat to the right, Richard? It's too bad. There's a whole load of boats, Rich.
Well, we've just come through Kingswood Junction and found this lovely boat, and we've just been after some fenders by somebody that's making them, and it's got amazing stuff on here, so I'm hoping that Richie's going to moor up. It's gorgeous. And look at these beautiful tiller pins. So tempted. They are fantastic. Beer pump. Oh, is that what you were just looking at? You two beer pump handle tiller pins. Fantastic stuff. What's going on, Rich?
Well, you had a breakdown. This is a stop solenoid, apparently. What burnt out? This is the new one. We've just been and picked one up, replaced it.
Do you know what you're doing with it?
Yeah, of course I do. It's just stick it in and screw it in,
Oh, yeah.
apparently. So, goes in down here. But as is the way with these things, it's not an easy task because of restricted bloody access. So, engine repaired, she starts, and more importantly she stops now after the spare part fitted. So we're just going to cruise for 3 to 4 miles today, more at the top of Hatton Flight, which is 21 locks over, I don't know, it's not a very long span, about 3 miles, if that, 2 miles. So yeah, we're going to leave the lock till the first thing in the morning because it's a wee bit warm this afternoon. Getting up to like 25 degrees now, 26, and too much to be sweating through 21 locks. But lovely Tudor house here. I don't know whether you can see, lift the camera up. Going through Shrewley Tunnel in a minute, and we're advised it's very wet inside, so put your hood up. But I think Fran's going to go inside as we're going through the tunnel, do a bit of washing. Is that right, Fran?
Yeah, I'm going to get Edna, the elegant Edna out.
we've moored up just about 400 yards up the canal and just come down for our first glimpse of Hatton Flight. So this is at the top. Double width locks, quite deep as well by the looks of them, and 21 of them all the way down. So it should be fun. Canal and River Trust's Hatton office, meeting rooms, etc. Locks dropping down. So, stopped off at Hatton pub and walking on the terrace. You can see why there are so many locks in such a short distance. And in fact, that's Warwick Castle you can just see in the distance.
We're just going down the Hatton locks. I think this is the third or fourth lock, bridge number 54. It would appear there are more volunteers than boaters at the moment, but we've chosen to do it alone. They're obviously keeping themselves busy though, so that's alright.
About halfway down the Hatton Flight and Fran's decided to take over the opening and closing. Pretty tough going, some of these paddles, but we'll get in there. And that's the Hatton Flight done. That's 21 locks. Ends with this lovely old lockkeeper's cottage, which looks like it's a bit of a holiday home now, I think. And there she goes, closing the last gate. So that's 21 locks over about 2 miles. And those paddles, each one takes 23 revolutions to wind up fully, but you don't need to open the one on the other side as well. You just open this side and it rises and empties pretty well. Yeah, so all done. So we're going to get past this busy road and moor up for the day.
We do a little look down the Saltersford arm off the Grand Union Canal. It's been restored recently, I'm not sure when, but it's really quaint down here. Looks like lovely little private moorings. We're hoping there might be a private mooring down here.
It's a purple boat.
A very purple boat. The Lady Hannah. It's really lovely. These private moorings are kept beautifully. One of the things for both of us is having been gardeners professionally and got a little bit burnt out from it. We really enjoy now just looking at what other people do and not having to be responsible for it.
So, nice couple of days in Warwick, and last 2 locks coming out of Warwick. Now heading further down the Grand Union. Got to go through the last bit of Warwick and through Leamington Spa. And more up in the middle of nowhere for the night. We've actually got the car with us still, and went to get some wood from DIY Superstore, and we've got some wood paneling to do the sides of the lounge area and the kitchen, and some paint. And also we plucked up the courage and went to IKEA. Oh my god, that place just does my head in. But anyway, we got the last of the stuff we need for the cottage: pillows, bottles, glasses rather, plates, cups, knives and forks, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, next time at the house will be the last time for a long time, so got to get cracking and get it done. Lovely little spot to have a gin and tonic, and a not so lovely spot to have a gin and tonic. Work in progress, methinks. Oh, gorgeous little veg and herb plot. A beautiful crimson rose. I'm a sucker for a rose. I just love climbing roses especially. Anyway, if you're wondering where herself is, we had a late night last night. Not up to any mischief or anything, but just happened that we stayed up quite late. And she's a bit knackered, so she's gone downstairs to do the washing up and also make us a cup of tea, which will be very welcome. I say this is one of the most used towpaths we've come across. Everybody in Warwick loves to run and ride their bikes along it, and as you can see here, there's not many opportunities to moor. There's no arm coat on the side that you can attach your hooks to, your nappy pins as we call them, and the towpath is quite narrow, so if you were to anchor some pins in, you run the risk of tripping people up and cyclists, so find somewhere out in the country anyway tonight to moor up. So. Nice bit of rhubarb. Love rhubarb crumble and custard. One of my favourite puddings. Well, I hope Fran doesn't see this. Lovely garden. Got a plastic grass embankment. She hates plastic grass with a passion. All different styles there, nice, neat and tidy gardens. A nice bit of a wilder garden, which is more to my taste. And then you've got the decking enthusiast with a smoke screen glass. Not to my taste, but at least they're making use of the landscape in front of the gardens. England flag ready for the World Cup, and no doubt we'll struggle to get through the qualifying group, make it to the quarterfinals and get knocked out by somebody like Germany or Brazil.
now, you get ducks. Did you notice going through the lock the other day when I was waiting, there was a whole load of really ugly ducks eyeing up my salads.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Those are red-nosed ugly ducks. Yeah,
Turkey ducks.
they were awful, weren't they? It's a fantastic day again. We've been messing about, as I said, buying wood and various bits and bobs for the house.
Where did we go?
Oh, I've told them we've been to bloody IKEA. And so we didn't start cruising till, what, 5 o'clock, hun? Something like that. So we're just going to do a few miles and then more up. And first we've got to find a shop to get some food, on account of we ain't got none. And look at this.
Look at that.
First wide berth we've seen on the Grand Union. That's huge. That's a monster. I wonder where that's going. It's a fantastic thing, isn't it?
Well, it certainly is. Oh no, it can go that way. They're wide locks. Oh.
Yeah. That's a nice looking boat. We've moored up for the night just outside Leamington Spa. There's a few more locks to do tomorrow in that direction, and it's an absolutely lovely spot. And there's a bank behind us that runs down to the river, and I'm not sure if it's the Avon or what, but it's a lovely spot down there. And up in that tree there's a bird with a rather loud song, and we actually think it's a nightingale. And we used to hear them when we lived in Essex occasionally, but sod's law is not going to do it now for us while I'm filming. What's occurring, Fran?
Making salad, making dinner, making food.
What we're having?
We're having avocado and egg and olive salad. I've got to go up on the roof of the boat in a minute and pick radishes and salad leaves. Because we went to Lidl's today, and for the first time in days and days and days we've had all these vegetables without plastic wrapping. So yeah, we're happy bunnies, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah. So yes, avocado, spring onions, cucumber, tomatoes, boiled eggs, olives, crusty bread, and a little drop of wine.
Yes. And the keen observers among you will notice that we've added a Welsh dresser to the boat.
It isn't done as it's supposed to be done yet, because it's going to have. We've got to put some.
Yeah, we've got to put some dowel rails across to stop things falling off.
However, there is a rack for your chocolate to sit on. Look.
I do like a bit of chocolate, but obviously because it's vertical and the side of the boat is angled and the gunwales are at a completely another different angle, I'm not sure whether to block it in or just to leave it and get used to it. Don't sweat the small stuff, as they say.
I could hang me strings of onions down there that I'm going to grow on the boat.
Your onions.
Look, I've got the garlic string, can't that hang?
Yeah, that's. You could hang that there. That would look good.
Wouldn't it?
Because that's our crop from last year, isn't it? From when we lived in the house. And we will also notice that we have curtains on one side of the boat. What Fran has woven. Hope it's not too dark for you to see that. And if we close them against the sun, look at that. Gorgeous. So we've Just waiting for Fran to finish off the curtains for this side.
Tonight.
It's a beautiful evening. Look at that shadow on the wall. There's Beethoven's playing in the background. Bless him.